I see at one point when you guys were out here on the West Coast, you guys ran into Suge Knight.
Oh yeah, we used to always run into Suge Knight, man. Suge Knight he was trouble at this time. Like he was strong. No matter where you went. Like as soon as you land in LA, you rent a car with hotel, like you got people that call in. So he'll know where you staying, what rentals you got. Like you know what I mean? He know everything. Like he was strong at this time. But he was just always like a troublemaker, man. Every time we seen him, he always like I remember him always coming in the club telling the DJ what to play. Yo, play my shit, man. You know, they put California Love on or something. It's like it was like, damn, this motherfucker is just a troublemaker. Like that's what he did until he started getting barred from the spots because everywhere he went, he was just a troublemaker, and he was strong too. Like he was strong, he was dangerous. Like you know what I mean? You might see him one day with 50 Bloods. You know what I'm saying? Then you might see him with 50 Mexicans. Like you know what I'm saying? Like he had people on the payroll or whatever, but he was strong. Like he was definitely strong at this time with Suge Knight, man. He wasn't nothing to be played with. But if he ain't like you or this and that, then you was in trouble. Like you know what I'm saying? If he with you, you was good.
So now I seen he kind of dissed Fabolous on the radio one time.
Yeah, he was like he kind of like dissed him. He told Angie like, yo, put some gangster shit on. Like you know what I mean? But she put on Fab and he was like, nah, I don't want no Hollywood shit. Gangster shit. Like you know what I mean? Then she changed it, put on like some jazz, some shit like that. And that was crazy. And then Fab called up to Angie like to talk to him, but he was already gone. Like you know what I'm saying?
And then you guys run into Suge not too long after that in L.A.
In LA, yes. So that's when he came up to Fab and he was on some old, yo, I heard you was looking for me, homie. Like, you know what I'm saying? And he's like, yeah, man, I called up there because, you know, they put my song on, you saying Hollywood. Like, I ain't Hollywood, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and he like, yo, I respect you for that, little homie, because, you know, usually I run down on somebody and say, if they said something, they would say, no, you kept it real with me, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't back down, this and that. And that's what happened, man. Like, you know what I mean? He stood his ground. Like, yeah, I was just calling up there because you said you don't want to hear no Hollywood shit. Like, I ain't Hollywood. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's like, I respect you for that, man. So we had a mutual, everything was good with Suge. Like, Suge was good. But if he ain't with you, then you was in trouble.
And then something happened at the mall?
Something happened at the mall with the Fabolous shit, yeah. Like I told you before, he went to the mall, must have got followed or something like that, and some dudes jumped on him. Like, you know what I mean? Some dudes jumped on him. His brother Paul came, and you know, long story short, they ain't get nothing. His two-way fell, and that was it. Lumped up. You know what I'm saying? We get back to the hotel, and Suge Knight called him. Like, yo, I heard something happened, man. You got. I could get your shit back, homie. And it was like, nah, I ain't lose nothing but my two-way. Like, they ain't get nothing. Hung up the phone. We knew, like, oh, nigga Suge. Like, he know that fast. He knew. We got back to the hotel. It wasn't even 20 minutes later before he called. Like, you know what I'm saying? So we already knew, like, okay, smart Suge. Like, he the type that something happened to you, he do you a favor, get your shit back now. You're under the wing for life, baby. You know what I'm saying? Now you're under the wing for life. So that's how it is, though. Like, you know what I'm saying? But Suge knew, like, you know what I mean? Street fam, Fab, like, he know he wasn't no suckers and nothing like that. We knew he was strong and all that, but he knew he wasn't suckers, like, you know what I mean? So, yeah.
And that was your only guys' real run-ins with Suge?
Yeah, I mean, we ran into him a lot of places. Houston. I remember in Houston, I think it was like an All-Star weekend or Super Bowl weekend, or Arizona. And like I said, we was there. And he was just like I said, Diddy and Jermaine Dupri was hosting a party or some shit one time. And I remember, yo, Suge Knight's in the building. They was on stage all night hosting. When they say Suge Knight in the building, them motherfuckers was gone. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was like, okay, these motherfuckers is hot. We in Arizona. They come in with Scullies on. So look at this. Like, you know what I'm saying? So he pressuring, he got Mariah Carey in the corner. He got Akon. Like, you know what I mean? Akon, we see him pointing. Like, Akon pointing at us for, man. Boys ain't fabbing him over there. Listen, man, he got you right now, B. He like, you know what I'm saying? We good with Suge. You try to get out your situation, but we good. But Suge was just one of those guys. He was just troublemaker, man. He was just a troublemaker, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's what he did. Simon. Called him Simon. Simon Says, man. Simon, man. That's crazy. I never heard nobody say Suge Knight. I always say Simon. I always heard somebody say Simon.
I think you've mentioned this before. You know, you guys had a crew back in the day called BGS.
BGS, yes. So before we became Street Family, we was BGS, Brevoy G Squad. We used to boost, you know what I'm saying? And actually with that as well, that's also part of the documentary. You go watch it. That's like the first episode. It's called BGS. It just tell you like how we started. Like we were just some teenagers that was boosting, you know, getting money boosting BGS. And BGS was hot too. Just like how Street Family became hot, BGS was hot. So that's why when Fab dropped his first album, he just changed it to Street Family, because at that time BGS was getting known, and even though we was boosting and stuff, that we was actually doing shit in the streets and all that, like, you know what I mean? So BGS is the first name, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people that know us, that we was BGS first before we was Street Family.
Did you have any stories from back in the day?
So even with that, I mean, even all the songs that Fab had in the beginning, you hear him say BGS, 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 like, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I mean, a BGS story is like, this is also on a documentary. We was riding around shopping Fab demo around, like, you know what I mean? But we was BGS, like, you know what I'm saying? And we with Gavin, that's Foxy Brown, his brother. And we moving around and we doing shit and trying to shop the demo around. And we got these dudes is well known out in New York City named Scooter, like, you know what I'm saying? So these guys pull up, you know what I'm saying? And we had my big homie with us, Don Quan, Mario. So they chopping it up with Mario, this and that, but then they come to Gav and like rolled his sleeve up. Like, yo, Gav, where that rollie at? You know what I mean? And Gav had his rollie on all day, all night. But when those guys came around, my rollie was gone. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was like, what the? Like, they rolled his sleeve up. The rollie was actually gone. Like, he done stashed the rollie. So I'm like, damn, these guys are serious, man. Like, who the f is these dudes that you actually took your rollie off because this is what they do. They was the real deal. You know what I mean? But, BGS, we there like, oh, shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is the 90s. Like, you know what I'm saying? 9-6 and all this shit. So, shit was happening. Like, real street dudes were still on the streets and shit like that. Like, we was outside, like, with real dudes still out in the streets. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So, even with BGS days, right, when I met Biggie, right? So, me and my boy Rome, you know what I mean? We hit an ice game. We ain't rob it. We cracked the dice game a little, like, you know what I'm saying? But, we teenagers, and we want to go downtown to go shopping and shit like that. So, instead of getting on the train, jump on the A train, go down to Hoyt, Uncle Lou, OG for my projects, Uncle Lou was good. So he like, yo, I drive y'all, man. So we like, all right. He's like, yo, just give me gas money and buy my girl some lunch. You know what I mean? So we like, all right, you know what I mean? We won a dice game. The spot was on Fulton next to St. James. We pull up, he getting his girl lunch, and Biggie is in there. But this is the days Biggie is hustling. He had one song out, Party and Bullshit, like, you know what I'm saying? So he had that song out. And Lou like, yo, y'all don't know who this is, man? And we like, oh, he like, yo, Biggie Smalls, man. So at this time, we didn't know how Biggie Smalls looked, but I heard his music. So my man Rome was like, Biggie Smalls. But I'm like, yo, Gene be playing this shit, Party and Bullshit. So he's like, oh, it was good. Biggie Smalls was good. So he's like, yo, it was good. Like, you know what I mean? It was the early Biggie Smalls days. We met Big. Like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't meet him once he was on because, we came out after. He died in 97. You know what I'm saying? Fab ain't come out to 2001. But we actually met him, like, you know what I mean? Not even 9-5. This was like 9-2. We 15 years old. You get what I'm saying? And it was like, wow. Like, you know what I mean? So like, yo, Biggie Smalls was good. Biggie Smalls. Like, you know what I'm saying? My man Rome and Lou, and we was like, that was a good experience to see him Big. Like, you know what I'm saying? So before everything popped off.
What's up? This is Cam Capone. We got more content like this coming soon. So hit that like button, subscribe, and stay locked in to Cam Capone News.